Time for Media Watch. James Cretons here. There are fresh allegations regarding Dominic Strauss-Kahn. So he gets rid of 2 court cases, but still another, how can we put it, problem is on the horizon.
That's right, Mark. The Daily Mail picked it up. I think we have a look at their website today.
This is the Daily Mail in London?
That's right. They picked it up in the UK this morning, but it came out in this newspaper yesterday, the French Sunday newspaper, Le Journal du Dimanche. And it's a story that had been running since the end of last week, but the new information came out today. Essentially, there is a police chief in the northern French city of Lille by the name of Jean-Christophe Lagarde. Now, he allegedly had links with a prostitute ring in the northern city of Lille. Dominic Strauss-Kahn is alleged to have had contact with this prostitute ring. That we'd already heard last Friday. The new information that came out on Sunday is that this police chief allegedly organised an orgy with Dominic Strauss-Kahn in a Paris hotel. Not alone that, he also allegedly flew prostitutes out to New York to meet Dominic Strauss-Kahn when he was still head of the IMF. Now, obviously, this is extremely embarrassing. If we have a look online, you can see that yet again, across the globe, you've got stories.
Please don't tell me there are pictures.
There are no pictures for now. I don't think there was any video cameras, no CCTV. But you've got it on the Slate website, DSK linked to French prostitution ring. The Israeli news website, Haaretz, Strauss-Kahn used French police officer to procure prostitutes. The Daily Mail, as I said, which brought it out early this morning, and also the website of the newspaper that broke it in France, saying that Dominic Strauss-Kahn wants to be questioned by the police as soon as possible. He's absolutely denying any role in these allegations.
As he has with everything all along.
Right, and he's saying he wants to be questioned as soon as possible to clear his name as soon as possible. But it's pretty extraordinary that there is yet another series of allegations emerging about Dominic Strauss-Kahn.
Okay.
He probably thought it was behind him with the Tristan Banon case being cleared, but not just yet, it appears.
Okay, I understand. She's considering fresh action as well.
Right.
Okay, let's move on to, well, this is a pretty horrible story, which has gripped China's media and beyond, as we'll see. A little girl knocked down by a van, as I understand it, with pedestrians and motorists failing to stop and help her.
This has gripped the Chinese media, Mark, since over this weekend and into Monday today. Let's have a look at these pictures. It took place in the southern Chinese city of Fushan. Now, I decided not to show the pictures of her being run over because they're extremely gruesome.
Thankfully.
But what you do see here...
So that is the little girl on the floor, and that
That's the
gentleman's
little girl on the
past,
floor.
yeah?
This guy walked past.
It's another guy drives past.
Number 2 walking, cycling past this time. Number 3, it goes up to 18 people who either walked past this little girl or drove past her when she was clearly in a seriously critical condition on the street in this narrow market kind of lane in the southern
she's
city
actually
of Fushan.
moving then. She doesn't look like a bundle of rags, does she? She's actually moving. She's lying on the floor there.
It's pretty shocking. If you see the whole sequence,
stops.
this guy stops, but
Yeah,
eventually a woman who was working for the city's rubbish collection, she came along, she saw what was happening, and she pulled her, I think this is the lady here, she pulls her over to the side of the street. But these are pictures that have absolutely shocked the Chinese media. This is the parents distraught in hospital. The very sad ending to the story is that the little girl passed away today, according to the Chinese media. But let's have a look, Mark, online. If we have a look at the Storyful website, which has been grouping together some of this information.
How on earth did she come to be there by herself? That's one of the questions, isn't it?
The parents' shop was just alongside where she ran out.
Okay.
So she ran out.
She may have just sneaked away, or...
Right, but look what they've been doing here. If you can see it online, they've been trying to identify each of the people who walked past this little girl. I suppose you could say 1, 2, maybe 3 of them maybe didn't see what was happening, but 18?
18 people.
Right, so they're trying to identify who these people are, and it is essentially big questions about human nature and morality.
Well, it's a swinging indictment of humanity in all of us, isn't it? If that can happen,
Absolutely.
You know, people feel they can walk past the child in that state.
It's shocking stuff. It's
shocking stuff, very shocking stuff, and of course, big reaction there online, as James points out.
Right.
François Hollande.
That's right. Well,
he's the man.
He's the man. He won the primary this Sunday. He's now going to take on Sarkozy. Lots of reaction in the international press. Le Monde has been interested in what they're saying.
Does anybody in the foreign press know who he is?
But that's the thing. A lot of them don't. They're kind of discovering who François Hollande is.
Sure.
They're saying, The Guardian said, he's Mr. Ordinary. Just a quick look at what some of them are saying. La Stampa is saying France has often wanted change when it's bored. Now it looks like they might be risking change to be bored, because they're saying he's kind of quite a low-key character, maybe not that interesting. The Daily Mail says he kind of appears to be like a country businessman. He's kind of the heir of a country businessman. New York Times saying...
It's pretty insulting stuff, or condescending, isn't it?
It is a bit condescending. So a lot of people, they're discovering the guy, basically. He's not that well known abroad. So it's interesting to see what some of the reactions in the international press are today.
Okay, Sarkozy not yet declaring his candidacy, but I'm sure that's just a question of time.
I don't think he's fooling anyone.
Okay. James Creedon with Media Watch. Thank you very
Thanks,
much.
Mark.
Stay with us. We have much more news to come here. Live from Paris, I'm Francois Van Cat.